it's 10 again. Last time we take a look at models and view, and I told you guys that we just work around with the controllers and make some views, but we haven't touched the database yet. So today the next step, according to the tutorial, we touch the data access. Before we go to this section, I want you guys to change a little bit in Spring Serverless XML file. See the rest over here? I want you guys change a little bit because previous versions we cannot do anything, and I got errors with that one. And for the oracles over here, I apologize for the wrong information that I told you. We can put the name over here whatever we want, but for my part I use oracle, so I have to put the names of oracles over here. If you use something else, please do some research how to put it over here, but I'm pretty sure that this version over here, if you work with the oracles, it will work really well. And one more time I apologize for that. For this section at data access, you see over here the January list, so we create over here is from database. We take it from that database. Let's see, January. See, we have 10 Januaries over here, and the list. Alright, and this is the list of musics album from the January. Yeah, of course it's from the database we have. And when we click on the album name is the best of man at work, it will show you right here, and you can tell from the URL we have localhost and the port, and the store will show detail of the album number 1. Yeah, for jazz January, we have the list of over here, and you will see it red over here. It means is links, so we can click on that one. After you click on the links, it will show you like this details of the album that the customer want to buy. Yeah, of course, for this one we can touch the database. And how can we connect and work with database? Of course, we have to create Java file to we call that entities, which we use that connect between database and a Java, and create the views like this. How we can create entities? Take a look at the project that I prepare. Entities, I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and in database I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This means in the database we have 8 tables, and in entities, I have 8 Java file. Alright, where we can create them manually, like this. um, those yellow lines over here show that we don't use it, but I still keep it there until at the end of the project I test everything and it worked really well, so I delete it later. You see, it's really complicated, but if you once you familiar with that one, they really easy to read and understand. Once again, we can do it by manually, but luckily I learned it somewhere and they show us how to create entity files over here from NetBeans. So that's why I put the NetBeans screenshot over there. Alright, remember we have this database, right? Alright, I run NetBeans. Okay, create new project. Like Maven project, and next, just keep it like that. We don't care because we just care whatever it generate for us. Save it, finish, or you can rename the project name over here. You see short package over here. Alright, so we have the NetBeans project. Right click, new entity class from database. See, click on that one, and we have to create a database connection. I have not this one. Okay, you see I have a lot over here because the address is different. We can copy the address from let me see, or we can new database connections over here. Alright, and we have to choose the Oracle theme. I personally use Oracle theme. You guys can use MySQL or something else. I use Oracle theme because I'm using Oracle. If you use MySQL, you can use MySQL. Alright, and choose class over here. Next, and you have to push the localhost, but my let's see, my localhost, I don't know. For my SQLs, it will use localhost, but Oracle's, my Oracle is use address, IP address. Alright, I will use this address. Okay. Okay, port is 1521 and SID is kitty. Yeah, username is spring. Let me see. What username do I have here? Portuguese. My username is spring testing. Testing and the password and test connection over here. Let's see if it works or not. Definitely it should work. Oh, I'm sorry. 168, not 169. Alright, test connection. Success. And finish. My laptop is so slow, Does this work? And over here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 tables, and add O's over here and max. That means awesome. Love it. Finish. By the way, you can before they generate over here, they ask us how to do we want to rename the tables, but I usually to put it there. I don't want to touch it because somehow it will mess up, so I put it there. Alright, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 because this app Java does not belong to our database. Just 8. See over here. And our next step is go back to Java and go to entities package over here, right click and new and class. Alright, for the class name, because we right click is over here, it will put the package for us over here already. For the name, depend on what tables or what Java you want, what file we working on. For example, over here I want to copy. I say copy is mean copy everything. Please copy everything. Control A and right click and copy, or you can Control C. Copy everything. Over here you work with album. Go back to Java and say album, please. Okay, it's synced down because I have already. See over here, and you have okay. So it means we have album entities. Double clicks. See, nothing different. Accept this package. The package we should put the package like this over here. You can copy the name and put it here, the package, or it will generate for you. Let's say this that one. The whole thing import. I copy everything. See, author. See, everything. Please, everything. I comment this one down because I think we don't use it. You know, if I think we'll use it, I will show you. Okay. So it means I comment out this one. Okay. Boom. Constructor. See, everything copy from when we generate from NetBeans. Alright. Artist, we do exactly the same whatever I show you over there. They copy all and create a new class and put the name of artist. Alright, and here, and copy everything, copy everything over there. Just change the name of the package and we good to go. Don't change anything. I just change once over there in the album because when I put it there it show me error. Okay, so I assume you can do the other 6 tables. Okay, the other 6 entities. I believe you guys can do it. Okay, and one more thing I change is big decimal. Okay, artist ID is mean the ID of the record inside the database. Say artist. See this one. It mean I mean this one. Artist ID. See, or album ID. See over here we use integer number. Somehow the NetBeans generate the code. It's called big decimal. Please turn everything inside your entity class. You see anywhere has big decimal, changes into integer. Alright, please. So this means you have to change the orders to January. For example, January, we have January ID, and when it generates the code over here, it will show you is big decimal. So you have to change everything big decimal into integer. Once you change over here, you will see the errors down here. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Big decimal. Alright, so see, big decimal is over here was okay, but we see some errors over here because the January ID is integers. I changed it to big decimal already, but the original is big decimal. I changed it to integer. Alright. I put it back to integer, so everything is gone. You can tell the errors over here. Blue, to do, warning. Yellow is mean something you have it but you never use, and red is error. Okay, so I assume that you guys can do it. And one more thing for the album, I think it's not inside the album. Price, where the price then? Price inside the NetBeans, we have album. Go back here, and we have something is say price. Big decimal price. Alright, so for the price, and I believe in a cart or in orders, we have totals here. Totals, it means the totals money that that the customer has to pay. NetBeans use big decimal, but I use double. Alright, those are the old order changes I changed in entities. So once you guys change everything, we good to go, and I believe that entities is done. Don't touch it anymore until I told you guys do that. Okay, we good to go for entities. Let's see what we're going to do next then. Alright, we're done with the NetBeans. Just generate the entities class and copy and change integer, decimal, big decimal, and we're good to go. Okay, so we have to work with album models inside the models. Album models, generate model, store controller, okay, so we have to touch these three guys to create whatever we want over here. But I just want for because of my desktop recording software just limit me the time, so I have to cut this part. When I finish this, I will show you the others for the next clips. That's okay. Okay, for this one I will use you see the stores, the URL here. I will use the store controllers. And what view I use? Sort mean web. Yeah, I think we have I show you guys already, right? We create already, but we just changed a little bit to make it look pretty like this. We used to have, let me see, we used to have already, right? Store, see, over here we work by hand, but in this tutorial I will show you guys different way, and we collect them from the database. Awesome. So let me use them. Index, I think. Yeah, store index JSP. Okay, first up all, we have to take a look at this. We used store controllers to get information from the database, customize it, and show it on the view, right? Store controllers. And for that one, for this one is index, right? Is index. we can tell it from the URL. Store slash is mean go to the root, and that is show by the index JSP. Browse, it will show by the browse JSP. Store detail, it will show by details JSP. Browse, right? See, browse from browse, and details from the details. Okay, so we take a look at the index, and inside the store controllers, go slash over here, and last times we have it already, right? Take a look at that, because that page we just show information, so we use the get method. Okay, this is the name of the method. I just get store index page, and parameters is model map, and I create because I want the list of January, right? This is the list of January, so I want a January list, and where I get it, I have to create from January model. It's easy, right? Easy top. And after I have the January list, I put the January list to the store index. See? Okay, and I put the January count, this means over here. See, we have 10, we don't put 10, we have to count how many January we have in the database. See, I put the January count here into the view. Makes sense, right? And after they put everything, I go back to store index, return to store index. See, return to here. Okay, so it's from the controller prepare information and put to the view, and where we get the information, we get from the model. What model? January model. So because I know it's already, so I stay at the middle, and I say what I want. I want a January list. Where I get it, go to the model. So it means I have to go to the January model first and create a method called find all Januaries. Find all January, and get everything and put into my January list. So it means you go to January models, create that method, get everything, and put it here. After I have it in the controllers, put it into January list and put it and show it in the view. Okay, logically is like that. Look at how we create a model. January list, January model. Okay, this is January model. Excuse me, it's January model. It's easy. We just go to models and new class, and put the name is January model and finish. Okay. The package we don't have to together this one. And for the import over here, we don't have to worry because Eclipse will worry about that for us. We just use whatever we want. Okay, I comment it out and you see it's red, a lot of red, right? If I use component, if I want to use it, we have to import it, right? So import it. See, it will import for us. Like service, if I don't have, import the service. Persistent context. Okay, I will import the component, and I will show you the whatever we use. The components over here we use annotation to let the system know that we use January model as a component. And the service I put the name is January service. This service that is mean I will provide this service for you controllers whenever you want. Go here, this is service you want. And persistent context is really important for us because this one will help us to talk between here and the database. This means we can create an object, delete an object, edit an object, go to the database and pull our own information inside the database. Is from here. Persistent context. Please don't miss it. If you miss it, you cannot talk with the database. Important. And entity manager. These are tools we use it. Alright, we cannot touch the database without this one. So remember, this one is very important. Don't miss it inside the models. Transaction is transaction annotation will show us we will create transactions for create, delete, edit any record inside the database. So create over here is your process. Alright, transaction annotation. Without this, if we don't put it over here, the system still work. Okay, the system, I mean the string still work, but inside the database you see nothing change. Transaction. Please remember, we use transaction for create, delete, and edit. Remember, okay? January object. Import January object. So because over here is January models, we create January object. After we create January object, we use the transaction, persist it into the database. January. Okay. Good. Because inside store controllers, I want to find all of January inside the database. This means we have 10 January. This list all the January for us. We have to use this method. because I think we don't use anything create or delete or generate something, we could we get rid of this one, but this method we need it. The return type is the list of January. The name of the function is file on January. Right, I create a dumb January list empty and try it and try create a name query, connect to the database, and then the name query name is January.final. The return, get the return list and put into a January list here, right? See? Okay. After I create a name query into the database, the result will be put into the January list. Make sense? And I return the January list. And if I want to get rid of the errors over here because I didn't declare it, I use it. Okay, the artist list, we have to import it. The query, import management for Hibernate persist. Okay, I use management. Something's where I use Hibernate. How about persistent? Okay, use persistent then. Persistent context. Yes, I'm sorry, I told you guys to use a persistent context. So I can get rid of this, right? So see, it will generate for me and everything clean. Look, everything clean. Clean. Okay, for this function, I want, it's over here, is common. You show whatever we want, and in the real world, in professional real world, we have to comment everything, every method we create. Alright, in this method, say fire January when we know its ID. It means if I want the January has the ID is 7, it will return everything I have over here, like January ID, name is Latin, and description. Or we can find the January with ID is 9, the name is, that one is pop, and description is pop, blah 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 blah. Alright, so we create the name. Okay, return type is an object. That object is January object. The name, and put the ID. It's very important because it cannot find anything if we don't pass the ID. And I create a list of the empty, this January list, and do the same. Create a query name. The name is January.file January by January ID, and because this one we don't use the parameters, but over here we have parameters is the pass ID, so we have to set the parameter January ID and pass ID. Pass ID is the pass ID we have over here, and we have to take all of the result and put into the January list. See the empty January list over here. Now it has if inside the database we have the data, it will return data and put it inside here, and it will return the first one. Because let's see why we do that, because we just need only one, and inside the January of the database, the January ID is 9, just have only one object, right? So we get the first one, of course, always, because it return only one object, and that object is the first one, always the first one. Alright, and where do I get this, and where do I get the name of the query? We have to go to January entity. Okay, you see the query name section over here is say name queries. It's really nice. It's create everything for us already. We just know how to use them. For example, for the file on January, we copy this, right? Copy and go to January models and put it here. I put here for come out. Any different? No. Why? Because I copy from there. Alright, don't try to create the name query. Please just copy from them. And for this method, see January 5 by January ID, go to January entity, see over here January 5 by January ID, copy it, go to the model, you will see nothing different because I copy from them. I copied over there. I did not create it, I copied it. And for the parameters, yes, again I copy from that. See, in this query the name is this and the parameters is this. I copied it, go to the models and put see the pass ID over here is from here. So okay, so after we know where we find the name query and parameters, be good to go. Okay, so in the store controllers, this one from the models. Okay, one more time, if you want to use everything from the models, we have to declare the service. See, you store January models over here, we put the service, the name, this is the name of the service. So we have to resort name the name January service and private January models and the name. This is the object, and this is a class, and this is the object you want to use. So after we clear this, we good to go to use anything from the models. Okay, so models here, the models over here is from here. Okay, and we put January list, and we put January count is January list dot size. This means the size of the January list over here. Okay, and return to the store index. Now we take a look at the store index. Everything is normal like I used to show you guys, but don't miss this. Okay, we have to declare at the front really head of the file. Say okay. Are you guys follow me? Sure, right? The title and the link. I believe that I show you guys change, right? Change the address of the site CSS. Okay, and I believe that I show you guys the header already, right? Because without the header, without a header we don't have this section. Do you still remember the home and the store links over here? See, they are here. I just change over here, browse January, it just had type 1, and say select from 10 January. We don't put 10, we put the January count. Say select from, and we use this one as variable. The name over here, the name variable, it should match with whatever we put in. Say January count. Say okay, January count. January count, and put in brace and $sign. It's good to go. This thing it will count is like a variable. Okay, the next one is the unordered list, right? Unordered list, and we use the for each. For each, okay, items is the January list. Inside the controllers, we say we put the January list in, right? January list, we have to use this name, January list. Put it in, and variables is my January, whatever you want, whatever you want, because it's just a named variable. And URL, okay, I declare this one because after we click on, you see over here there are links, so I have to create an URL. If after I click on in that items, it will link me the variable is the variable name. The link is real link. After I click in the real link, the links, it will take me to here. Browse HTML, I think JSP, browse page, and the January is the January name. I believe you guys still remember whatever we have over here is after we put the list of the January, and if we have the links over here, we click inside the links, it would take us to oh, where's that one then? Sorry, see, browse January is disco. For example, if I click on the January disco, it will take me to the browse page. Back to our one. Okay, last one is the list. I told you guys that is a list. Li here, right? Inside here, because I want is big and is a head and is a header type 3, so I put x3 outside and the colors is red. Okay, and that is the list, so I put a list, and because I want become link, so I put a tab, right, and the xref is album URL. Where's the album URL? Here. This means after we click on here, it will link us to the browse January is whatever is over here. And finally, CL value is January.name. Okay, it means it will list, it go each items inside the January list, take the name, show it, make it become a link, and show it up in the view. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I explained everything inside this one already, so it's time to run. Subjects. Hopefully I didn't change anything, because I don't want to mess up and I don't want to waste my time and your times. Okay, it's good to go. Okay, remember, click store and go to the store, click in store here. Okay, see, everything become link. 10 January over here, remember. Okay, and if we click on here, we'll link us to the browse. See, browse January code to something. Okay, it will touch the other one, the other clips. So this means we're good to go for this one, this page, right? So we am done for this tutorial. Hopefully you guys follow me, and I apologize for those one. I don't know why it's different, but I just want you guys to change it and see how it's happened then. Okay, have fun and try it. Hopefully you guys can finish this page. See you next time.